Hello everyone, welcome to another video tutorial on the Code Angle YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show us how we can host a main stack application live on the internet by making use of Netlify and Render. Normally, I would have done this with Netlify and Heroku, but recently Heroku no longer offer free plans. Everything is now paid on Heroku. So to play around with pet projects like this, I had to settle for another platform and I came across Render. I tried other platforms too, but I think Render was the one I kind of preferred out of the rest. So they have a free plan which you can use to host pet projects like this. And the projects we're going to be hosting is the last video I created on this channel, which is a gallery uploads application which made use of the main stack. So the way I created these projects, as you can see right here in this video, is I separated the repository for the backend from the front end. So as you can see here, this is the repo for the front end, which is public. You can clone it if you want, and this is also the repo for the backend. You can clone it if you want as well, and run npm install to get it started and modify it any way you want. So before we proceed with this tutorial, I'll really appreciate it if you can give this video a like as well as subscribe to the channel so the YouTube algorithm can push my videos to beginners and newbies out there. So make sure to do that and I'll really appreciate it. To get started with this, we're going to start off with the backend by making use of Render. So if you are not familiar with Render, you can go to render.com and then sign up. I already signed up, so I'm going to log in with my Google account. So I'm going to click on sign in to Render with Google and I'm going to get logged in into my dashboard. As you can see, I'm inside the dashboard and I already have one project hosted already. So to host this particular application, I'm going to click on the new button and it's going to ask me if I want a static site, a web server, a private service, background worker, cron job, PostgreSQL, Redis, or Blueprint. So what we need to host here is a web service because it's a web application, of course, and I'm going to click on the web service and we get directed to this page. So there are two ways of doing this. Either you connect directly to a repository by using GitHub or GitLab, or you can post the or paste rather the public Git repository link right here. So that's what I'm going to follow. So I'm going to grab this backend Node.js Express project and then I'm going to paste the link right here and I'm going to click on continue. So as you can see, it navigates us to a new page, asks us to fill in a name. So I'm going to say avatar app and then it asks us the region we want. I'm going to stick with Frankfurt since Europe is closer to Africa compared to maybe America or other continents. And the branch is master, the root directory, I leave it that way. And then the runtime, for the runtime, it's Node. It's not Python, it's not Docker, it's Node. So we stick with Node. And the build command, we're going to run npm install instead of yarn. So we're going to install every package within that repository. So I'm going to replace that yarn with npm install. I can leave the node, but our roots of our application, the root of our application rather, is server. So I'm going to change this to server.js. And then you can see the different plans. We have the free plan, the starter plan, the standard plan, the pro, pro plus, pro max, and pro ultra. So this is just a pet project, an educational project. So I'm going to stick with the free plan and then I'm going to click on create. Before I click on create web service, the last app I hosted there, I did not click on this advanced. Let me just check what's in there. Yes, it's asking us if we want to add environmental variables. This is something we need to do. So I'm going to click on add environmental variables. But before we proceed, I would need to open this project inside of my Visual Studio Code so I can copy the environmental variables and then paste the values right here. So I'm going to open the project in Visual Studio Code by clicking right here. I already have it opened and as you can see, the project gets opened on Visual Studio Code, and within my environmental variables, the .env file, I have so many secrets configured there. The one we need to grab is the MongoDB URL as well as the port. So I'm going to grab the port first and then I'm going to paste it as the key and the value is 5000, and then I'm going to click on add environmental variables again, and the second key we need to grab is the Mongo URL, it has to be the same. And then the value, I'm gonna grab this entire link right here. It stops at this majority, and then I'm gonna paste it right in the value input box. So I think that's all we need to do. And I'm gonna click on create web service, and hopefully the deployment begins. So while the deployment is going on, I'm going to open up the tool I used for testing back then while creating this particular tutorial, the build an avatar gallery app using the main stack and Cloudinary tutorial. I made use of something called Talent API tester. So I'm going to use it to test out the live URL we will be given while this deployment is taking place. So it says it's in progress, so I'm gonna wait for the deployment to continue. Normally we are supposed to see the messages display right here, but I don't know why it's not showing. Maybe with network or something. I can't put my hands on it, but we're gonna wait while it's still deploying. As you can see, the deployment is now complete. It says server running on ports 10,000 and MongoDB is now connected. When I scroll up, I can see this tag right here which says live. If there's an error, it's going to be red and it's going to show that the deployment failed, but I think it's successful. So what we can do is to grab this link. It says avatar-app.onrender.com. So I'm going to paste it in the URL, but to know if this is really successful, I'm going to look for the endpoints to get all avatar. The endpoint is /API. So I'm just gonna grab that and then add it to the end of this URL and then press enter. And we can see we have data for a particular entry. So I think we're good to go. We have the ID, we have the, let me zoom this a little bit. So yeah, as you can see, we have the ID, we have the name right here, we have the created art key, we have the Cloudinary ID, the updated art as well. So to be fully sure, let me just grab the avatar link here. That one contains the image. Let's see if we have any image. Remember, this is also connected to Cloudinary as well. So this is the image we have. So I think the deployment for the backend is now complete. I mean, we can see that the endpoint works, but to integrate these new live endpoints, or API rather, to the front end and display it directly live, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone, or if you are new to this project, you can just clone the repo and then run npm install. I think I already have it in my system already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up in Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to search for it, and then as you can see, we have the project right here, and I'm gonna open it up in Visual Studio Code from the terminal by running the code.command. So we have the project right here. To be sure everything works fine, I'm just gonna run ng serve and let's see how the project compiles. But meanwhile, if I check the project and then the base URL, which I think is in the environment.ts file, yes, this is the base URL. I need to replace this base URL, which is still localhost 5000. I need to replace it with the new URL link we have right here, so for it to work, or else we're gonna be getting errors on the front end, except I start the server from my local machine, the Node.js project. If I don't start the server, then there's gonna be error, but I don't need to start the server since we already have it hosted now on render and I already have the live link right here. So I just need to replace it in this environment.ts file, but I need to make sure the compilation is done before I try it out. As you can see, the compilation is complete. So I'm going to open up the app in the browser by running no live scores localhost 4200, and I believe we should just get some bunch of errors since the base URL. As you can see, we get an alert object. Yeah, so let me just replace this base URL with our live link now from render, and then save and wait for the project to recompile. So the project has recompiled. I'm going to open up the project using the inspected. As you can see, without even opening it, the inspect element, the first avatar we have from the database is displaying on the page, as you can see right here, and we can edit it. Let's see if we can perform full CRUD functionality on this, and let's choose a new file, and we can go to, I think I have the avatar saved on the desktop. Yeah, avatar. So I'm gonna select one I'm gonna go with this and then click on open and click on submit avatar. As you can see, it works perfectly well, and if I want, I can delete this avatar and would have no entry. So we are fully done with integrating the backend API, REST API into the front end, our Angular application. So now the final thing we need to do is to host our front end application, and I need to go to the Netlify website. So I'm gonna go to netlify.com and then try to log in into Netlify. So click on login, and then it asks us what we want to log in with. I created my account making use of GitHub, so I'm gonna make use of my GitHub account to log into Netlify. And it's been a while I've used Netlify. I've been using some other platforms, but as you can see, I have so many projects which I have not used in a while, and that's why I'm having this error right here. I've hosted these projects for a very long time, and yeah, so I guess we can just proceed with this by clicking on let me see, it's been a while. I'm gonna click on site tab, and it asks me if I want to add a new site. Of course, I want to add a new site, and it provides us with three options: deploy manually, import an existing project, start from a template. I'm going to click on import an existing project, and it's coming from GitHub. And since it's connected to my GitHub account, I don't need to copy the link this time around. All I need to do is just to search for the repo. I think the name of the repo is avatar dash main. Let me just paste it right here. As you can see, we have the project here. I'm going to click on it, and then it asks us what branch we want. I think the default branch is the master branch, so I'm going to leave that there. And then it asks the build command. The build command is not npm run build, rather we have the ng build command in Angular, so I'm going to do ng build. And then it's gonna be, when the ng build command runs, it's gonna generate a dist directory for us. So I'm gonna leave this way, and then I'm gonna click on deploy site. Hopefully the deployment runs successfully, but let's wait and see how that goes. So we're gonna wait while the deployment is in progress rather. So as you can see, this cog right here is spinning, and if you want to check the deployment log, you can click on deploying your site. It's going to show you the log, but I'm just going to wait and see the results from here. So as you can see, our site failed to deploy. I think I know why that is. The first thing is we've failed to push the latest change of this project into GitHub. We didn't push, that is, this new URL wasn't pushed. So I need to, that's the first thing. Then the second thing is we didn't configure the production part of the application, the environment.pro.ts. So this needs to be also here. So I'm gonna save. So that means when we deploy live, this base URL would be accessible throughout the application. So what I need to do is just to stop the server, and then just try to push to GitHub. First, I need to check the status to see if our changes reflect. So I'm just gonna do git add, and it adds all our recent changes, and then I'm gonna do git commit. I can just say updated REST API to live, and then everything gets added. And next up is the branch. I need to push it to the master branch, but currently let me check what branch I am. So I'm in the master branch, so I'm just gonna do git push origin master. So the thing about it is, for a company project, I'm sure you won't be pushing directly to master. You might have a dev environment before merging to master, but this is like an educational project trying to show you how to host the main stack using Netlify and render. So I'm just gonna click on enter, and it says origin does not appear to be a git repository. Okay, so with this type of error, I think our local project does not know the origin of this application. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run the command git remote add origin, and then the URL of the repository. So I'm gonna grab it from here, and then I'm gonna paste it and press enter. And let's see if we push this time around, if it's going to get deployed. So we're having issues with git, even though no one else has worked on this project. So what I'm gonna do is to fix this, another way to work this out is probably to do git push dash f origin master, like sort of forcing it to push to the remote branch. So as you can see, we finally get to put our latest changes to the GitHub repo. So now we can try to redeploy our application because now we have the latest changes in GitHub. So to trigger the deployment once more, so all I need to do is to click on production deploy and then try to trigger the deploy by clicking on deploy sites. So the site is redeploying once more. Hopefully the latest changes from GitHub is going to make this deployment successful. As you can see, we have the logs showing right here. So we're gonna wait and see if this is gonna work this time around. Well, I think the deployment is successful. I can see Netlify build complete, site is live. So I'm gonna click on this deploys to take us back. So I think the site is live and I'm gonna click on this link and you can see it's sort of published. But when we click on this link that shows the live deployment, we get this page not found error. So this is something we also need to deal with. So I'm going to head back to our Angular application, and within the public directory, or rather the src directory, I'm going to create a new file called underscore redirect. So I'm going to press enter and then I'm going to paste in these values. I think this should help with the page not showing. So we need to commit this change as well. So we have the latest change, which we can see right here. So we're going to redeploy one more time. So to do that, I'm going to click on deploys once more. We need to trigger the deploy and click on deploy site. So a new build is running and hopefully this fixes that particular error. As you can see, the deployment is successful once more and the site is now deployed. So to test this out, I'm going to click on open production deploy and once again we're presented with the page not found. One more thing we can do is to head back to our Angular project, and in the angular.json file, I'm going to search for the output part, and the output part is this /ing-avatar. So I'm going to grab this output part and head back to our Netlify project dashboard and then click on this deploys and go to site settings, and within the site settings I'm going to click on build and deploy and I'm going to edit the settings. So in the publish directory, we're gonna paste in the this /ng-avatar, that is the value we have within this output part. I think that should be a guide to where the project should be deployed. I think that could be what's really causing the error. So I'm gonna save and then I need to trigger the deployment once more. So let me click on trigger deploy, click on deploy site, and let's watch what happens this time around if the deployment is going to be successful. So I'm gonna scroll down and the deployment is complete right now. As you can see, finish processing build request took 31 seconds. And then I'm gonna click on the open production deploy this time around. Our project is now live on this link. I don't like that link. We can change it. So for us to change the link, I can just go to site settings and under the site information, I can click on change site name and I can just say avatar, maybe with just the avatar. I'm gonna save that. So we have the site name as avatar.netlify.app. So it's now live on this link. Let me close the other tabs. So you can see it right here, and we should be able to add a new avatar by clicking on add avatar, and I'm gonna say avatar 2 and then select a file. Probably we'll go with the construction worker file and then click on submit avatar. As you can see, avatar gets submitted successfully. Let's see if you can delete this avatar by clicking on the delete avatar. As you can see, the avatar gets deleted successfully and our project is now live and we've been able to successfully deploy a main stack application by making use of Netlify on the front end and render on the back end. So if you have any questions, make sure to drop it in the comment section and I'll be sure to follow through. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you again in the next one.